Good morning, grade 3. So, today in our lesson, we are moving to start with chapter 18, which is talking about right angles. We already talked about right angles, but today we are talking widely. What do we mean by right angles? How to differentiate between it and between other angles? And what do we call other angles? So, in this video, we are going to learn what do we mean by right angles. So please let us watch this video together. Let's start.
Hello friends, welcome to a new happy learning video. Look at these images. Do you know what we're looking at? Exactly, they are angles. And today we are going to learn many things about them. An angle is a space between two intersecting lines.
Angles are the amount of turn between two intersecting lines that intersect in a vertex. So the amount of turn is the amount of this angle.
Or surfaces that emerge from the same point called vertex. If you look around, we are surrounded by angles, like the ones this clock handles. Or an ice cream cone makes. The unit of measure of the angles is the degree. And the most important angle of all is this one. It's called a right angle.
So, as the video said, the most important is the right angle. The most important angle is right angle. And why? Because it is our reference angle. There are angles that are smaller than the right angle, and the angles that are bigger than the right angle, and they have names. Let's continue.
It measures 90 degrees. The tiny zero you can see in the right upper part of the number 90 is a symbol that represents all angles. We say that a right angle is the most important one because it is the one that is used to compare all of the other angles. The angles that are smaller than a right angle are called acute angles.
How to save it? I already saved it like this. We say because it's smaller, it is acute angle. We call it acute angles. So that's why we call it acute. It is smaller.
And they measure less than 90 degrees, like all of these. And the angles that are bigger than a right angle are called obtuse angles and measure more than 90 degrees.
Here we can say that the obtuse angles has amount of turn more than the right angle. So that's why we call it bigger or more than right angle, and we call them obtuse angles.
Like all of these. To know the degrees that an angle measures, we need to use this instrument, which is called a protractor. So, we need to place the straight part of the protractor.
So as we measure the lines by rulers, we measure angles by protractors. So this is how we measure right angles or any other angles.
Over one of the sides of the angle, making the vertex and the central point of the protractor meet. After this, we need to look at the protractor line on the other side of the angle and look at what number it says. These are the degrees that an angle measures. Easy peasy, huh? Let's practice. We said that a right angle is 90 degrees. Let's see. We'll get the protractor and indeed, A right angle is 90 degrees. We haven't fooled you, huh? Now, let's measure this angle. Let's see how much it measures. 45 degrees. It's an acute angle.
Since it is less than 90, or it is less than the right angle, we call it acute angle. It is smaller than the right angle.
This is smaller than a right angle. And now, we're going to check out how much this other angle measures.
So before we measure this angle, what do you think? Is it smaller or more? Is it greater than right angle? It is greater than the right angle because the amount of turn is more than right angle. So what do we call this kind of angles? It is obtuse angle.
120 degrees. Of course. It's an obtuse angle because it measures more than 90 degrees. Imagine that instead of being 120, it measures 180. Do you know what this angle is called? We call it a straight angle.
This is a fourth type of angles, which is 180 degrees, and it is a straight line. That's why we call it straight angle. It is more than, or it is greater than right angles. So in this video, we learned how to differentiate between smaller angles than the right angle, and we call them acute angles, the right angle, which is equal to 90 degrees, and the angles that are more greater than the right angle, which we call obtuse angles. In our next lesson, we are going to solve problems on our activity book. So see you next time, guys. Bye.